Okay, so I think I'm ready to start. This is my first YouTube video ever. My name is Tani, and I wanted to start a video log of my journey to the gastric sleeve. I'm very early in the process at this point. In fact, I haven't even declared that the gastric sleeve is the surgery that I'm gonna go with. I spent many hours last night trying to make up my mind, and I found a lot of helpful YouTube videos and lots of women that decided to go with the gastric sleeve over especially the lap band. That was the other one that I was trying to make up my mind about. And so I feel like I've got more of a direction today because I've decided on the gastric sleeve. So far, well, the main thing is I have PCOS, and I've had PCOS ever since I was 18 or 19, and I'm 25 now. I'll be 26 this year. And my husband and I would really, really like to have a baby, and I've done infertility drugs, not for very long. I didn't necessarily like how they made me feel. You know, or like the fact that I was taking drugs instead of doing it naturally. And so I have done infertility drugs, and I've tried hormone treatments, and nothing is really working for us naturally. So my PCOS is pretty severe, I would say. I was pretty naturally a thin person. When I was a senior in high school, I weighed about 125 to 128, somewhere in there, and I am now 218, and that is down from my highest weight. My highest weight is 229. And so in a matter of just a few years, I have piled on 100 pounds, basically. And most of that weight gain was in about 6 months. And that was before I knew I had PCOS, and I just couldn't believe it. My diet had not changed, my activity levels had not changed, and I just piled on weight. That was during my first marriage, and that's when we started infertility treatments, and I was diagnosed with the PCOS. Unfortunately, not being able to have a baby was very hard on my first marriage. And so, regardless, I'm remarried, and we would like to have a baby. So, of course, you know, the first thing that my doctor said is you need to get the weight off. And any woman with PCOS knows that, I mean, that's basically asking for the moon and stars. It has been in my case anyway. So I work out regularly, at least 3 times a week. I do about 30 to 40 minutes of my elliptical, and I walk my dogs every day. And I have seen very little weight loss. I've worked with personal trainers. I've done diets. I've done diet pills. Nothing seems to work for me. And so it's really, really frustrating. And I've become fairly obsessive about my weight. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm disgusted. I hate going clothes shopping. I'll cry in the dressing room. I mean, it's, you know, it affects everything about my life. All of our friends have beautiful, skinny wives, and, you know, we go to the boathouse with our friends, and I can't even get in a swimsuit or get in the water because I feel like a whale and I don't fit in. And it's never been that way, you know, in my life before I was overweight. And so I remember how it was before then, and it's pretty devastating. And so regardless, the point is that I would like to have a baby, and I think the best way to get that accomplished for me is to have bariatric surgery. So we'll try not to make this video really super long and boring. Either way, so I have selected a world-class surgeon in Portland, Oregon. Unfortunately, that's not super close to me. It takes me roughly about an hour and 45 minutes to get to their center. So it is a little bit of a jaunt, and you know, it's January, so we're in the middle of winter, and Oregon has some very interesting winter weather. So it hasn't necessarily been easy, and I'm sure it won't be easy. My insurance requires that I go through 6 months of meeting with them to supervise diet and exercise. My insurance does cover 95% of the surgery, and so that's an amazing thing. I wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. I have yet to meet with my actual surgeon. I have an appointment with her on the 12th of February, which I'm very, very excited for. I have lots of questions. So far, I have met with a dietitian, an exercise specialist, and a sleep specialist. And I also had an EKG done and a body mass index panel and all of that stuff. I have also got a referral to an endocrinologist. I would like to start addressing the PCOS in other ways just besides the weight loss. So that's where I'm at so far. And like I said, I haven't declared my surgery yet, but I'm planning on doing that the next time I see the surgeon on the 12th of February. So basically, for this first video, I would like everybody to, I guess join in my journey with me. Anybody who has any questions or advice or just wants to know what it's about, I am really open to it. This is a really exciting time in my life, and there's also a lot of nervousness and anxiety, and you know, there's a lot that goes with making a change like this. And you know, one thing I haven't seen a lot on the YouTube videos is how this how it affects family life for women. How do your husbands take it? How do you keep up with your life? You know, it's, I have a lot of questions. You know, and my husband is nervous too. It's a big thing to go through for us. And so, you know, and it's a big commitment for him too, because he'll have to help me out a lot. So regardless, yeah, I would just, you know, I'd be really interested to hear everybody's point of view and questions, and I'm going to try and do possibly one more video before I see my surgeon on the 12th. It depends on how much I decide I have to say. And so if not, I'm going to do another video after I see my surgeon, and then I'll kind of tell you guys some of the questions that I had and the answers that I got. And so, yeah, thanks for listening, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks. Bye.